into thy hands. I commit my spirit. It is accomplished.
Jesus Christ. He was a great teacher who lived over 2,000 years ago in the city of Jerusalem. He impacted the world around him with his teachings and still continues to do today. He made a claim that was breathtaking in its audacity, that he was the very Son of God. For much of his lifetime, he commanded only a small following, people who believed that claim and considered him their promised deliverer and king. Many others later came to believe that he was the Son of God as a result of the testimony of his disciples.
Master, that man was born blind. He's accepted his life the way it is. Why then change it?
He lives in darkness. And as long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world.
Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees! Hypocrites all! For you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men! You do not go in yourselves, nor do you let others enter! Blind guides! You strain at a gnat and swallow a camel! You bow before the letter of the law and violate the heart of the law! Justice! Mercy! Good faith! You are like whited sepulchres, all clean and fair without, but within, full of dead men's bones and all corruption. There will not be left here one stone upon another that will not be thrown down. Yours is a house of desolation, the home of the lizard and the spider. Serpents, brood of vipers, how can any of you escape damnation? You shall not see me here again, not until you learn to cry, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. For I and my Father are one and the same.
It is I who need baptism from you. And yet you come to me. Let it be so. We must fulfill all righteousness. Lord, I hear your voice. This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased.
The public ministry of Jesus begins with his baptism by John the Baptist. At the height of his ministry, Jesus attracted huge crowds, numbering in the thousands, primarily in the areas of Galilee and Perea, in modern-day Israel and Jordan. Some of Jesus' most famous teachings came from the Sermon on the Mount, which contained the Beatitudes and the Lord's Prayer. Jesus often employed parables, such as the parable of the prodigal son and the parable of the sower. His teachings encouraged unconditional, self-sacrificing, God-like love for God and for all people. During his sermons, he preached about service and humility, the forgiveness of sin, faith, turning the other cheek, love for one's enemies as well as friends, and the need to follow the spirit of the law in addition to the letter. Starting as a small Jewish sect, it developed into a religion clearly distinct from Judaism several decades after Jesus' death. Christianity spread throughout the Roman Empire under a version known as Nicene Christianity and became the state religion under Theodosius I. Over the centuries, it spread to most of Europe and around the world. The Syrian Orthodox Church is an autocephalous Oriental Orthodox Church based in the Middle East with members spread throughout the world. It parted ways with the Eastern Orthodoxy and Roman Catholicism over the Council of Chalcedon, which the Syrian Orthodox Church rejects. It's a major inheritor of Syriac Christianity and has Syriac, a dialect of Aramaic, as its official language. The Syriac Orthodox Church is one of the ancient churches of the world. According to the New Testament, the disciples were first called Christians in Antioch. Acts 11, verse 26. The Church of Antioch played a significant role in the early history of Christianity. It played a prominent role in the first three synods held at Nicaea, AD 325, Constantinople, AD 381, and Ephesus, AD 431, shaping the formulation and early interpretation of Christian doctrines. The Syrian Orthodox Church has about 2.25 million members globally, including 1.2 million adherents in India. The Christian community of Kerala in India traces back its origin to the advent of Saint Thomas, the apostle to India who reached the Craignanoor port in AD 52, and its subsequent spiritual stabilization and growth. The St. Thomas Christians in Kerala, India became organized and prospered with the arrival of a group of Syrian Christians called Canaanites from Orhoi Edessa in AD 345. The leadership of these Antiochian missionaries gave the local Christian community a new life. The church in Malangara thereon adopted the rites and liturgies of the Syrian Church of Antioch and became a part of that ancient patriarchal see. Thus the early Christian converts, the St. Thomas Christians, along with the new Christian settlers, the Canaanites, came to be called the Syrian Christians. With the coming of the Portuguese in the 16th century, the Syrian Christians of Malangara came under the influence of Latin Catholics, but when they tried to forcibly introduce their teachings, the Malangara Syrian Christians revolted and finally reorganized once again under the guidance of the delegate of the Holy See of Antioch, thereby retaining the true apostolic faith. In the 19th century, another split occurred in the church when a group sided with the rich and influential European missionaries. Again, in the early 20th century, another group defied the Holy Church to form an independent faction claiming to be of a nationalistic structure after much harassment. Even in the midst of such great trials and tribulations, by God's grace, the ancient Syrian Orthodox Church, which in India, Malangara, also referred to as the Jacobite Syrian Christian Church, continues to exist in the part of the world with its distinct identity, ardently practicing the true apostolic faith taught by its holy fathers.